Hey everyone, I am going to do something a little different today. Something that I haven't seen on YouTube. Maybe I'm sure it exists out there, but um, I couldn't find anything like this. So I was doing my own research throughout this and this process of learning about Slinger Bag stock, and I wanted to kind of do a little bit of analysis on this from a tennis player's perspective and an owner of a slinger bag and also a slinger bag investor. So today I'm going to give you an idea of why I am buying a little bit of this penny stock. Um, and I wanted to share with you some of the reasonings behind it and what I think some of the tailwinds are and some of the headwinds. So let's just dive right in. So Slinger Bag, I don't know if you're familiar with Slinger Bag, but it's like a ball machine brand. At least that's what it's most known for me. They made a very affordable and effective ball machine. I think it costs like around $750. You can see tons and tons of reviews on Amazon, I believe, or I'm sorry, on YouTube, and I believe most of them are, or at least a lot of them are, paid for by the company or at least funded in some way. Excuse me. So I think you can take these reviews for kind of a grain of salt. I'll give you my unbiased opinion. I think um, I think the bag's got a good value at 750 bucks. It's pretty easy to use and very portable. Um, it's only the it's just top spin is insane on it. So if you're buying one of these, like it's not good for 3.5 or lower. Just don't buy one for 3.5 or lower. You won't get much out of it. You know, if you want to work on hitting against topspin that heavy, like even at 4.5 in some 5.0 level matches, I don't get topspin that heavy. So sort of an unrealistic ball you get, and you can't change the spin. So that's a big detractor. I think everything else about the ball machine's great, so I would highly recommend it. Um, so that's sort of the fundamental analysis here. Um, Let me show a little bit of their second quarter report and their forecast, and then we can get back to a little more fundamental analysis and maybe a little technical analysis. I'm not a technical analysis guy, but let's dive into it. SLBG for Slinger Bag Inc. is the company. Um, it's worth mentioning here that you cannot necessarily buy this on a lot of platforms. So, like Robinhood, can't buy it. I bought this on Ally. I think you can also buy it on Webull. I will put a link if you guys wouldn't mind. If you're new to either Robinhood or Webull, I'll put a link in the description below. If you sign up, you can get some free stocks. I think you get 3 free stocks with Webull, and it would help me out as well. It would incentivize me to create more of this content. So if you like this, then please sign up for that and use my referral link below. Um, but yeah, I think Webull and Ally are, and I believe Fidelity would let you purchase this through them too. You may have to get certain privileges allowed for your account, right? So you have to have a certain amount of margin or what have you. But yeah, this stock um, has over the since it IPO'd in 2019, it's IPO'd at 50 cents. It's done really well. Interesting, it hit a high, in April 16th, 2021 of 630 a share. The volatility for penny stocks like this is pretty high, especially in today's environment. Um, yeah, the market cap here too at 739 or 73 million is just ridiculously tiny. So be aware that um, the liquidity for the stock is very low, and you won't probably get a lot of good fills in. Um, you just you're just buying this for uh, not for trading, in my opinion. I'm buying this not for trading. Uh, Again, I'm an amateur investor. I'm not a professional investor. This isn't any sort of advice. Um, you purchase this under your own volition here, but I'm purchasing this because I believe in the company and I believe in helping other tennis companies out. Giving them some investing dollars to help grow our sport. All right, so that said, let's look at the Q2 earnings. The Q2 results, this was last month in December, so December 22, you can see this dated. Um, yeah, so they're showing a revenue increase of 106% year over year. Uh, that's great growth. That's what you want to see, especially in a product company like this. Um, I love the way they have their strategy laid out here, where they have it as they're trying to pitch this to Wall Street as a technology platform rather than just a pure product platform. Uh, Mike Belardi, if you ever watch this, I think that's a really good strategy. Um, if you want to get big investment, they're looking for big growth, and Wall Street's looking for big growth, and investors know that tech is the way to get to maximize your profit uh, and scalability without incremental costs involved, and also you can get some network effect with this. So a few things I think they called out really interestingly to me in the business highlights. So they have this analytics and automated video production um, through PlaySite. So they actually acquired PlaySite. I don't know if you've seen this, but it's pretty common. Um, I think the college players, a lot of college courts have it, like D1 colleges use this quite a bit. And it seems to be pretty good tech. I think it needs to catch up a little bit quicker to like what you see on the Pro Tour. I think whatever that is, it's not Hawkeye anymore, but it's not near real time, or at least if it is, I'm not aware of it. If they've updated that tech, it's been a while since I've really dove into PlaySite tech. But I think this is another great acquisition towards going into being more of a tech company than a product company. Something else uh, that I find interesting here is the expanded distribution into China and Brazil. What what the Chinese market means to Slinger Bag is probably significant, but what Slinger Bag means to the Chinese market is not as significant. So a friend of mine, Michael, if you're listening, I appreciate this insight, but he he rightfully pointed out that if this is a pretty simple product to create, right? Like this Slinger Bag is not anything that's a novel tech that can't be copied, and that the IP laws in China are pretty pretty loose if you're at all familiar with Chinese IP law, and that the Slinger Bag could easily be copied and sold for much less. Already the price is pretty low, but yeah, I could imagine that this is a scenario in which it's it's easy to copy, and they can sell their own Chinese branded version of the Slinger Bag for much cheaper. My guess is this probably already being sold in or already being manufactured in China, so there's probably some type of private label version already going around there. So I'm not sure that that's the growth potential that um, Slinger Bag might expect. But again, this could be good marketing for investors, and a lot of times investors say, oh, expansion into China, this is going to be a great growth potential for us. It's not always the case. Brazil, negligible, I think. It's a decent population, but buying power, purchasing power in Brazil is not quite like it used to be. Um, I did skip this Foundation Tennis announcing its partnership with Square. I'm not sure that that's significant. We don't know the terms of the partnership. It, it could be something interesting where you could do in-app purchases. So I think if the Slinger app made something where you could do in-app purchasing, a la video games, that could be very interesting and very profitable. So again, Slinger, if you're Slinger Bag Inc., if you're listening, in-app purchases with Square, very interesting as an investor. Um, Partnered with Mortoglu Academy, yeah, that could be cool. It's just more marketing, I think. Probably won't be significant. Um, yeah, looks like they're investing. I like to see this type of balance sheet, to be honest, in a growth company and a penny stock. Yeah, it's good. So, yeah, I highly recommend reading these reports. And this is the other thing that jumped out to me that's very, very interesting from an investment point of view. Mm, Expanding into new segments here, the Slinger ball launchers for pickleball and paddle tennis. I know that pickleball is growing in popularity like crazy. It's everywhere. And having a ball machine for pickleball, I never thought about it being a necessary thing, but for sure that's a huge growth potential market and um, very cool. I think that's an interesting one. Paddle tennis also. Anecdotally, I have a friend who's huge into paddle tennis, likes it more than tennis, and he was one of the a higher up D1 tennis player at a major D1 school, like close to UTR 15 player, and he loves paddle tennis. So that's an anecdote, but I think that there's some really cool things to have um, that expansion there. And then, yeah, here you can see that they're in this paragraph here, they're going for more of that SaaS subscription and content revenue. Um, we'll see how that actually shapes out. If you're buying a budget, there's some self-selection bias here. If you're buying a budget uh, tennis ball machine, are you selecting out the people who have the money to purchase, a lot of in-app or subscription products? That's a worry of mine. Um, you know, let's think about people who are actually purchasing ball machines, though, too, are going to be pretty well off, typically, even if it's a $750 ball machine. That sounds cheap in the realm of ball machines, but in the sort of the social socioeconomic scale of things, that's still pretty high up. And then tennis players tend to be higher up on socioeconomic scale anyway. I think that's just a fact of of the sport. It's older people. Yeah, unfortunately, it's older people who have more money, right? So um, I guess that's not unfortunate, but I think that's the truth of the sport, especially at the amateur level. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe the subscription model will pan out really well, and we could get rewarded as investors. Okay, so if you stuck with this, me rambling about this company for the last few minutes, I appreciate it. I just want to give you a quick sum up. I think that Slinger Bag as an investment seems to be pretty promising. I like the growth trajectory. I like the way management handles these quarterly calls too. Um, I think that their wording and saying and doing the right things, we'll see how they execute on it. But yeah, from an investment point of view, I like it. I've definitely invested in worse companies. So, you know, is that a resounding buy endorsement of the company? No, I think there's a lot of headwinds here, and I think that um, whether they can execute on this is up for debate. Plus, the market just doesn't really favor penny stocks anyway, right? You have to be actively seeking out this company. How I found the company, if you'd like to know, is I bought the Slinger bag, saw the investor relations link on their website, and said, "Wow, this is interesting. I didn't know they were a publicly traded company." And I did some research and went ahead and bought it. I figured, what the heck, I'll take a flyer on this. And anyway, yeah, I'm slowly averaging in. It won't take a whole lot of capital to to be significantly a part of this company. um, I'm not going to be an activist investor in this. I don't have that much capital to put in, but um, I believe in it. I think it's worth taking my chances on, and I hope they do well. I really like the vision, and I do think that there's some opportunity there. I think there's some acquisitions available here too for for not just products but tech, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think that their marketing department does a pretty good job too. So whoever is doing the marketing, especially like YouTube, social media marketing, I think that's pretty solid. Um, their SEO so I do a lot of SEO. Their SEO is not great. They need to get rankings on Google for keywords like ball machine or um, tennis ball feeder, that type of thing. Uh, and that takes a long time. That's a slow grind to get that kind of investment or that kind of ranking, and they have to compete against some pretty high competition. So I think that if they've invested in SEO in the next few months to year, they could see some good results from there, and treat this more like an e-commerce thing. Also, I think Amazon, they could do better and try to get more sales on Amazon. Um, yeah, so that's kind of where I see this company as an investment, and as as a marketer myself, I think that there's a lot of room for growth. Just have to execute on it. So thank you for watching. Again, if subscribe if you like this content, let me know in the comments. And if you would love to, or I would love it if you would help support my channel and sign up for the Webull account. Use my coupon code or my link below, and then I also put one for Robinhood. I still use Robinhood. Um, I'm not against a company like Robinhood. I mean, I think that some companies do things better than others. So, if you're partial to Robinhood over Webull, I could understand that. I won't get into the reasons why in this video, but yeah, thanks guys. Just I appreciate everything you do. And thanks for watching and making it this far. It's a grind to listen to me. I know my wife does it every day. So uh, anyway, thanks for watching.